Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you 12 different Japanese DS and 3DS games for your modded DS you might want to consider downloading. I will have the names for all of these games down in the description in order. In case you're interested in downloading any of these, you can look these names up and then download it for yourself. I have not played most of these games, so these are going to be my first impressions as well. There's only I think one I've played, which is the Rilakkuma one over here, but we will get to all of that. If you like this whole aesthetic of my 3DS and you want to see what else is on it, I have a whole playlist with a bunch of other 3DS videos, including collection tours, console tours. I have more than one, so if you're interested in that, make sure to check that out right up in here in the corner. Now, without further ado, let's start off with our first game. Starting off strong with the man himself, Cinnamoroll. This is Stylebook Cinnamoroll, which is a DS game. So most of the games I'm going to show at first is going to be a DS game, and we'll have the 3DS games at the end. So starting off with this one, this is a Japanese journal game. It is pretty cute. It's got a nice soundtrack. However, the typing is an absolute pain because you have to write the alphabet. They have Western type keyboard as well as Japanese, but you will have to physically write out every letter and then select the letter that you want to use. And of course this is all in Japanese, and the games I'm going to be playing today I will be rating on how playable this is without knowing Japanese. You can use your phone with Google Translate to use the translation option, which I have done for some of these games. This is one of them because I was starting off. It's cute. I feel like in 2009 if I had this in English I would have eat the shit up, because I would love to have a journal, a Cinnamoroll themed, where I can have my little secrets written down. There's an agenda, there's different pens you can unlock and stuff like that. It's pretty cute, but this day and age I say this whole journal book thing is kind of useless. It's cute to download if you're a Cinna fan, I'd say play it, but other than that, I don't know what was going on. I don't think this might be a good way to start off this video, but let's move on to our next Cinna game. This is Cinnamoroll Cinnamon Ball Kurukuru Sweets Paradise Japan, and this is way more along the lines of I don't speak Japanese but I understand what's going on, and this is basically Cinna pinball machine. It is pretty cute. I had fun playing it. There are basically multiple stages for you to play where you have to finish the level and then you can unlock more levels. Basically the whole objective is just playing pinball, but sometimes these sweets will appear, and if you collect in the first level, I think it's the first 5 little sweets, you unlock the next one. Later you can also unlock free play and also even multiplayer, I think, and there's even a coloring book, I think, but I didn't get that far. I only played the first level, but I had a blast. Again, I didn't speak Japanese, so this might be a little bit worth more checking out because it's pretty straightforward, and I love pinball. Okay, pinball is a classic, it's fun, you should check it out. So this is our other Cinna game, so let's move on to our third Cinna game. This is Cinnamoroll Ohanashi Shiyo Kirakira the Kore Cafe. Excuse my Japanese, please. This is the last Cinna game, and from 1 to 10 in playability, this gets a 1, I think. You run a cafe as Cinnamoroll. You need to help customers to get certain recipes, and then you have to fetch stuff for them, I think. However, I literally could not figure out how to do it. So maybe you can, okay? Maybe there's potential for this one. Maybe it's a hidden gem. I just felt lazy. I was trying to translate some parts, but it just did not work out, and sometimes I tried to translate it but the text would disappear before I had a chance to take a picture of it, so I could not do it. So I got the recipe, I just could not figure out how to make the food. I don't know if I can recommend this one. It's Cinna, so again, I know the Cinna girlies are very fanatic about how they feel about this guy, so I mean, he's here, he's ready to serve, I just don't know how. So those were the Cinna games. Let's move on to our next suggestion. This is Stylebook Junior City, and imagine my disappointment when I see this screen. I'm like, wait a minute, I have seen these exact buttons before. What? So turns out style book is just like a thing. Apparently pretty common because that's like just a reskin of the Sinna game, or I guess this one may be the original, I don't know. It's just literally the same mini journal agenda planner type game, but then with this goofy ass bear looking monkey. I don't know what it is. I think it's a little bit more creepy. I thought the cover screen was so cute. The cover art online looks really cute. I didn't know it was the planner, so I guess pick and choose whatever you like. And boy, you are gonna love the next one I got for you, because you'll never guess the name of this game. This is a style book, Fushigi Boshi no Futago Hime Gyu, which I think is based on some TV show because there are screenshots in there, and I was like, wow, this looks really cute. Actually, it's another style book. I promise I don't have any more for you in this video, but if I have to suffer through this, I'll put you in this. And again, I don't know what this show is. Some of you may know this, so you would probably like this more. For me, I personally would go for the Cinnamoroll because that's the cutest one of these three, but I was overall quite disappointed with my own personal picks because I thought I picked out some solid games here, but turns out I just got the reskin of a planner that no one's gonna use. But I mean, again, it still looks kind of cute. I'll give it the credit that the main menu looks a little bit different than the other two because they had like a little thing circling around, so this one is slightly different for whoever is interested, but it's basically the same thing. So let's get into like a real game next. Now we have another gem. If you love rhythm games, if you love Cooking Mama, if you don't speak Japanese, I actually think this game is a solid one. This is Rhythm the Cooking Sweets Party A Youkoso. I think that's how you say it, probably not. It is just a very cute rhythm game type Cooking Mama style. It has a cute soundtrack. You can dress up your character. You have to play these songs to basically cook your ingredients. So instead of like the Cooking Mama mini games, you have this like rhythm thing you have to do. So you have the buttons where you can tap on the streamer. I think it switches around mid-song. It's pretty good, okay? It has difficulties and it is not like boring. Also, once I finished making my dish, I got to decorate it as well, and you can like take a picture of it and everything, just like in Cooking Mama as well. Solid play. I would play this one again. There's like a little story going on, no clue what is happening, but I think I do recommend this one as well. If you love Style Savvy and like the whole original series, you're gonna love these next two games I'm gonna show you. So this is called Poupeegirl, which is French for doll, so like doll girl. And this is basically Style Savvy, I would say, but it has very much that nostalgic feeling that I recognize from My Scene art style, you know, the Barbie line back in the day. And it's just kind of like a mix of two things I really used to like, and I think it was pretty cute. This is pretty in-depth. I would say it's not really that easy to play without using Google Translate, especially sorting out the wardrobe is not too easy. However, if you write yourself a cheat sheet, which like each point is, you can look there easily. I feel like it's still doable. You just need to like write some stuff down before you look into it. But there's like a shop. I think people are gonna be requesting how to style you, and you get money, you can go shopping. And the really fun thing about the wardrobe is that you get to layer the clothing, so you can put on like 3 dresses and you can move around like which layer it is, so to the front or to the back, so you can make some really unique outfits. I think this one is so cute, and I highly recommend checking it out if you like fashion games like myself. So yeah, great hidden gem. I really want to play this one more often. Just make sure that you have like some sort of cheat sheet so you don't get frustrated when you have to look for a certain item. You will definitely need your phone for this one, I think. Next up, going strong to Poopy. I found it so silly to say Poupeegirl DS 2, Sweet Pink Lolita style. This one came out in 2 versions. This is the first one we're checking out. The second one is Elegant Mint style. This one is Lolita and Pink. I think it is the upgraded version of the first one, kind of how we had a new version for Style Savvy after the first one. There's still really no good skin tones available, unfortunately, for this one, because I did double check, but the darkest one is not that dark, but it is still pretty cute. It is also still pretty in-depth. I quite like this one as well. It's just that the wardrobe for this one is a little bit more confusing, as in the first one you could see at least had like the icons, and for this one I felt like it was a little bit less. But there's more items available, and I think depending on the version you get different items in the store, from what I saw from like the default items that I had and the default items that were in the shop already. But there's probably more to unlock. I think these two versions are kind of comparable to a Pokemon game, which would release in two versions which are basically the same but only like small tweaks and visuals that's different. I think that's the comparison, so whatever you fancy more. So this is the sweet style one. So like I just mentioned, the other version is Elegant Mint style, which I think is basically just going to be the same skin but more of like a minty, I would have guessed, and like bluish green tint that you have to it. The main girl mascot type, I don't know what exactly she plays into the story, but I noticed that she also still wears like the Lolita type. The clothing pieces are still really cute, they're just like a little bit different. I think I've said everything I wanted to say about this whole franchise. I do think it's worth checking out, but again, especially for the newer versions, I think you need a cheat sheet. But if you write literally down what everything means, I mean, I'm just repeating myself, but you get the gist. I think this one is worth your time. Moving on to our next franchise, this is Nori Rilakkuma. I have been a Rilakkuma stan for like 10 years already, so I take this very, very seriously, okay? And I found this game to be very cute. It is a rhythm game. There are several levels available with more than one difficulty. I think there's like 3, and you're able to look more by playing more, and you just earn point and unlocked. It's not very in-depth, but it is really, really cute. I can't play any of these songs because I'm pretty sure these are like copyrighted songs, but yeah, I thought it was cute. It was okay, challenging on the hard mode as well. You don't need to speak Japanese for this because it's pretty straightforward. Once again, you're just tapping the screen, but this is a DS game, I think, and again, worth checking out. Put it on your bucket list, and let's move on to our next game. Going into our section of 3DS games, I don't have too many, but this is also a Rilakkuma game. This one is called Rilakkuma GuraGura Sweets Tower, and this one is also pretty straightforward. It's very simple. You can definitely play this without translation, but it's basically Angry Birds with Rilakkuma. He has to collect pancakes. You have to shoot, I think, mandarins or something like that to get the pancakes and tip everything over. If you've played it before, it's exactly the same. There are only 12 levels available, however, you can replay them. You can also earn coins, and the coins you can exchange for Rilakkuma filters for your 3DS, which I think is pretty cute. But like this day and age, who's taking pictures with their 3DS? But if you do, okay, they're really cute. I kind of like them. Again, it's pretty simple. I don't think he's going to be playing with this for hours, but if you like Rilakkuma and the whole aesthetic, I think this one is definitely right up your alley, so check this one out as well. Now lastly, let's move on to the Mame Goma franchise. So I'm gonna butcher his name, okay? This is Mame Goma Happy Sutsufamu. And I was in for a treat for this one. I thought this was going to be like a cute little simple game. This is, I think, basically Animal Crossing with Mame Goma. There's like this whole storyline of an angel Goma and a demon Goma, and the angel Goma had lost all of its power and you need to help restore it. And there's like a whole world where people would asking for stuff. I'm pretty sure you get a farm, you can collect like items and outfits, and you have basically like Mame Goma villagers in your town. And it is very difficult not knowing Japanese, so I had to collect parts for a recipe, and I think after 10 minutes of just wandering around, I just gave up because I was tired of translating and I just didn't understand what was going on. It might be cute to check out if you have the patience to read all of it, because I feel like this game is like very in-depth, because literally the bottom map looks just like New Leaf, like the layout and everything, so I think there's quite a lot to explore in this game. But again, I just didn't have the patience for it. For me, Japanese games kind of have to be like simple and easy going, like the Rilakkuma one, because then I could just like play and go. I don't really feel like translating. But if you're looking for a hidden gem, this might be it, okay, depending on what you're looking for. But worth checking out. Animal Crossing with little seal characters, very cute. This Mame Goma game, I think, is worth checking out, more like easy playable. This one is called Mame Goma Yoi Ko Maru Iku Gen Kinako. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, moving on. This is basically the 10 dogs for Mame Goma version, so you get to pick your your puppy basically. And I think this is one of my favorite ones out of the whole list for today. You can still play mini games and you can do competitions just like in Nintendogs. You carry your feature Goma and you can dress him up, and there's like a bunch of things to unlock. You might need a little bit of translation in the beginning, but I feel like everything is very straightforward and always in the same spot, so you can kind of expect where to go with that. And I quite liked it. I thought it was really cute. I see myself playing this one more than the last one, but again, it really depends on kind of what you're looking for. And of course, for all the Mame Goma lovers out there, I think this one is perfect for you. It's such an underrated character, and I feel like Mame Goma deserves more recognition, so here we are, I guess. These were all my suggestions. I really hope you enjoyed. If you would like to see more of these videos, consider subscribing, and I'm planning to maybe look for more Japanese games because some of these are like a hidden gem. I really like these. Some of these, okay, not all of it for sure, but it was definitely a lot of fun to check out. Again, in the description you will find all of the names in order. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!